What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Unbox Flix Pet Edition. Today I have a product that I really believe in and I simply love it, and I have to show it to you. What is it? It is Arm & Hammer's Slide Easy Cleanup Clumping Litter. You might want to give this a try if you haven't already tried that. I've tried everything. At first I didn't like it the first time, and then after a few days of cleaning with it, I decided, you know what, I really love this. All right, let's check it out. It is oh my God, this is a 14-pound box. Arm & Hammer Slide Easy Cleanup Clumping Litter. Litter slides right out, doesn't stick to pan, no scrubbing. Clump and seal, guaranteed 7-day odor-free, multi-cat. It is so non-stick as compared to other stuff. This is the benefit of this, is that it is an easier cleanup. The instructions for use right here. Fill a clean empty litter box with 3 to 4 inches of Arm & Hammer Slide Easy Cleanup Clumping Litter. That's up to you if you want 3 or 4. I usually put maybe 1.5 inches to maybe 2 inches tops. 2. Litter seals in and destroys odors, forming rock solid clumps. Remove clumps and solid waste daily to keep the rest of the litter fresh. Add more litter to replace what you've scooped out and maintain a depth of 3 to 4 inches. As needed, empty the entire litter box. With our Easy Clean technology, litter pours right out. No scraping or scrubbing. Dispose of used litter in trash. Do not flush or put in drains. You may never have to scrub or scrape the litter box again. All right, let's get into the unboxing. I want to show you how this works. So we're going to do like a lab test here. There's a container and exactly 1 cup of water right here. Exactly 1 cup. I figured that's probably a little more than if a cat goes at one time. Now this pooper scooper here is the one I actually use right now. And if you can see, that's really clean. All I did is I just took it outside and lightly hosed it for like maybe 30 seconds. And it comes that clean. So that's one super benefit to when you're using the Arm & Hammer Slide. And it has just one of these little pushy tabs right here. Push that in and pull it up a little bit, and there it is. We are going to go ahead and pour some of this in. I usually use about 1.5 inches. All right. Another nice thing about that, if you saw that I poured, look, there's no big gigantic plume of dust even in my studio here. Get it all nice and flat. No dust. Oh God, I love that. No dust. I never actually really noticed how dust-free it is until I had it laid out here and I'm like putting my face in it. Usually you just like try to stay away from it because you think there's gonna be dust, but actually kind of surprisingly there's no dust. Scale on 1 to 10 on odor of this stuff, I'd give it like a 1. It's like so faint you can hardly smell anything. So I want to show you guys a little close-up of it. That's the consistency of it right there. So yeah, I have exactly 1 cup of water here. We're not going to do a second test. And it's 1 cup. That should be good. And let's just go ahead and pour this in and see what happens. I want to start slow. We're going to simulate like if it was our cat. That's already pretty good. Yeah, we're just going to use 1/2 cup because I think that's pretty good for this test here. I don't think our cats will go more than that in one time. So we want to simulate how a cat would do it. Let's get in there, take a look. You can see it's soaking in, it's clumping up. Let's go ahead and move our paws around in it and cover it up, right? Okay, this is what they do. There it is. That's probably how it would look after my cat has gone in there and done their business. We'll go for like 30 seconds and let it soak in and do its job, because I don't think anybody is going to go clean up the litter box immediately after their cat has done their business. It's getting clumpy now. Let's just gotta move it around and see. Don't do this at home if you're not doing a regular test, but here is the clumps. Oh, this feels so weird to do this when you're used to never sticking your hands into the litter box. Thank God this isn't the real stuff. Show you what these things look like. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that clump. Ooh, I need to put these somewhere. Wow, look at that. Okay, so there's what it's looking like now from a half a cup of water. Now, I would never do this if this was a normal used box at this moment right now. And this will be the first and only time that I will ever stick my hands in a litter box like this. Look at the bottom now, remember? No scrape, it's just kind of going around. There it is. So, here's what it looks like. And then here is now our clump of ish. It's got some big clumps, it's got some small clumps as we pulled it out of here. The litter itself, and I have to say, I mean, there's no grit or any terrible feeling. And I usually put lotion on too, so that would be sticking and everything. So I'm even shocked right now. This is great. I love this. Let's go ahead and take the other half. So we will now have the full cup. And that might simulate 2 cats, right? So if you have 2 cats and they're doing business in there, here we go. We'll see what we have. Let's go ahead and let that sit for a minute. He's doing the business, or her. And then you know what they do. Gotta smell it. It actually smells nice. It's got a very slight smell to it, but it smells good. Usually I run from the smell of cat litter because it's just like, oh, it's too perfumey. This, like I said, is about on a 1 to 10, it's a 1. All right, look at that clump. Oh my goodness. Look at that clump. It is huge. It could clump large and it could clump small too. So both are very important. And look at how it falls just through the pooper scooper. Nothing's clumping or holding inside of there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really good. And you know, I have to say it's pretty much the same thing with the poop. If it's hard poop, they're little nuggets, of course. And if it's soft poop, it's probably like this. This is a great simulation and test for you guys and me. I've learned a lot. I knew I loved it, but I learned a lot from just doing this test today. I got our little poop can here that we're going to now. We are going to really clean this box like we were going to clean this. All right. I didn't have any idea that it was so dust-free until doing this test and having my face right down in it. A couple of these. If you don't have one of these little cans, I'd highly recommend getting one of those too. I'll put a link to one of these little cans down below. They're very handy if you can't run outside every day and you don't want to put it in a bag. Just put it in this and kind of shut the lid. You could put some, you know, like an orange or a lemon down in there. Here's what I like is when it starts getting into the tiny little clumps, you can just start really getting finely detailed. I like to get as much as I can out for my cats, so then that way they don't get all these little pieces stuck in between their toes and stuff. I had no idea that this was so dust-free. It's great. We put all of our water in the middle, or we put all of our fluid in the middle. You can see that nothing stuck right there. I like to shake it out, level it out for my cat too. And then there's what we're left with. We got these little spikes on here too, so it's kind of catchy right there a little bit. And then when you shake the thing out, see how nice and it lays out really nice and flat. I don't know if you could see that, but yeah, look at how nice and flat that is. I have one of these Rubbermaids. They're larger and they're taller, and I like to be able to see through it, and it just gives them more room to work in, and nothing flies out the side as much. Okay, so there we have what's left of our 1 cup of fluid. My goodness, that is a lot of stuff in there for 1 cup of fluid. 1 cup of fluid turns into that. Does that make it super absorbent? It must. It must be super absorbent. It picked up a lot. Okay, that's amazing. There's our review of the Arm & Hammer Slide Easy Cleanup Clumping Litter. This is the litter to get. I recommend this over any other brand. Give it a try. You won't be sorry. You won't be disappointed. You're gonna love it. Trust me. If I'm so picky on my cat litter, and I'm just blown away by the results today because I had no idea how dust-free this was and odor-free and absorbent. You saw the results. I mean, come on. There it is. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Unbox Flix Pet Edition. And hit the subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there so you don't miss any episodes coming up. Let's get some interactions going here. I'll see you on the next episode of Unbox Flix.